Hello. Welcome to Bright
Welcome to
Horizons
Bright
with
Horizons with.
Deb and Jim Chiaffi. We
Welcome to
are
Bright
back.
Horizons with.
Uh,
Welcome,
no.
everybody.
Hello. We are back. And it's a Thursday.
Yes.
It's a Thursday. It's so great to be back with you, Jim. I don't know about all of
I'd
you,
like to hear your voice and your singing. Yes.
We all need to be chipper and happy, right? We need to. Life sometimes throws a
We've
lot
had
of
some
stuff
birthdays.
We do. Start your list, Jim, if you would.
Yes. Especially with this weather.
Yes.
Especially with the weather.
The weather.
Okay. Tomorrow, happy birthday to Carol Lombardo. And
Happy
Sunday,
birthday,
Jolyn
Carol.
Welkner. Happy birthday, Jolyn.
Happy birthday.
And then on Monday, my nephew, Mike Connor. Happy birthday, Mike.
Oh, happy birthday, Mike.
And Kathy Beaton, our dear friend
Yes,
Kathy.
I saw that. Kathy Beaton. Happy birthday, Kathy. We love you.
And Krupa's daughter, our dear Krupa, her daughter Yasmin, has a
Aww.
birthday on Monday.
Happy birthday.
And then Tuesday, there's a local singer named Michael. He performs with his wife Lillian. And I want to wish him a happy birthday on Tuesday, and Kathy Shepard on Tuesday. So happy birthday to all of you.
Yes, happy birthday. I just have a few on my list. Yolanda Diaz Hansby, happy birthday, February the 2nd. And then we have Sherry Renee, February the 2nd. Happy birthday, Sherry. Michael Cantwell with Capital Mortgage. Yes. Happy birthday, February the 3rd, Michael. Michael. Okay. And Dina Schreiber, her birthday is on February the 6th.
Happy birthday.
One more. We have Brandon Lee Giacconi, February the 8th. Happy birthday, everybody. Enjoy. Don't forget, you have to celebrate all month long.
That's right.
This is your birthday month, and you got to do it.
And someone who's sitting across from me has a birthday coming up this month, too.
And who might that be?
I don't know. Let me think. Who could it be?
Not moi. And listen, I keep saying I'm growing up, but that doesn't mean I have to, I know. It goes so quick.
I won't grow up.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Remember that commercial? And then the Peter Pan. I love your version of it.
Right.
Well, because we're dealing with Aquarius, guess what? We have a horoscope for the Aquarian. Now,
okay.
Do our guardian angels choose which battles they will be willing to fight for us, or which of our problems will help us to resolve? You have made, I should say, a mistake recently because of some foolishness or irresponsibility, dear Aquarius, and you may feel so guilty or upset about what has been done, and wondering if there's a way to fix it, or if the universe will punish you for it. We all make mistakes. It's true, we do. We feel awful about them from time to time. We make it clear through your actions that you have learned your lesson and you will help to thrive. Aquarius, there's your horoscope. There it is. Okay. Jim, our topic today is you are a blessing to others.
Yes.
And, when you think about that, it is so profound. And if I may just do a simple prayer.
Sure.
I was reading and I said, a prayer to be a blessing focuses on asking God to use one's life and words to show love, encouragement and kindness to others, serving as an instrument of his peace, which is amazing. It often asks for the ability. Yes. It often and it gives you the ability to be seen and to be there in need for those who really need you, and a kindness act. So, dear Lord, thank you for the blessings you have poured into my life. I ask that you do use me as a vessel of your goodness today, that I may be a true blessing to those I need and meet. Open my eyes to see those who are hurting or need encouragement. Please guide my words and actions to reflect your love, companionship, and kindness, and help me to be a source of strength, hope, and peace to others. In Jesus' name, amen. There you
That's so
go.
apropos. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
isn't it? I get the chills. I do. It's amazing.
Because, we can be a source of hope. We could be a source of peace,
Correct.
consolation. There are so many aspects that we can be for others. Beautiful.
Being a vessel, right, right. You know, asking to be used by God to serve others is the most amazing feeling for me. And I know that is for you as well, Jim.
Yes.
You do so much for so many people, and it just gives you the greatest feel. And you get that warmth, that sensation of just knowing that it really, really just made a tremendous difference. And you can just sleep at night and have a great feeling, knowing that you were there to help in any which way that you could. It's requesting to show love through kindness, encouragement to others, and seeking nothing in return, but just giving what you can give in the way of you, because
Yes.
we are vessels helping the Lord. And this is what it's all about. We walk together, different beats, but on the same path, different journeys, but we're there for one another, right?
And the Lord doesn't speak to all of us directly. So it's
No,
beautiful how the Lord places people in our lives,
I love it.
and those people are there to help us. The Lord places those people to help us.
You ever see someone who comes over to you and they say, and it happens more than not, oh, you're a lifesaver,
Right.
right? There you
Right.
go. There's a good example. Oh, you've been a lifesaver. Thank you so much. And that does happen. I know with me frequently. And oh, you're a gift, expressing deep appreciation for what you've done or what you've said. Oh, God sent you to me, and I get that an awful lot. And it just brings me joy because I look up, I'm like, keep it up. I love it. Keep it coming. And, you have such a kind heart, and the sincerity is there. And, you could just know, you feel it, and the people who can see through it as well.
Just think of
You have-
the term godsend.
There you go.
sometimes we say
Godsend.
you're a godsend.
Right, exactly.
No. So,
And thank you for being you, the whole 9 yards, right? There's so much, um, it's funny. This morning, as everyone knows, I did a video with Greg taking his fall, and I'd mentioned that we have a nurse coming to the house in the mornings, and she's lovely. But while I was making the arrangements to have her come out, or have someone come out, I didn't know who at the time, I received a phone call from a lovely woman. Her name is Marie. And she says, oh, I'm introducing myself. I will be coming at your home. So all was wonderful. We had a great conversation. She comes out to the home the very first day. I guess it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't keep track anymore. So much has been going on. But and then she looks at me and Greg, and she says, I'm not going to be able to come tomorrow because they assign, different nurses, or she's an RN. So I said, oh, what a shame. I liked her the minute I met her. There was a spirituality about her, and I just cannot put my finger on it, but I know where it came from.
Sure.
It was meant to be. So I looked at her, I said, that's a shame. I said, I really like you. And I said, you just bring a vibration to my heart. I said, I feel like I've known you. She goes, oh, how sweet. She goes, well, you know what? She said, you could call the company. She said, I don't think they'll send me back out. I said, I'll do just that. So when she left, I called the company, letting them know how much I really liked her and how good, there was something about her. He says, well, I wish we could. And he said the same thing. No, we can't. Somebody else will be calling you. Well, lo and behold, before, I got home that evening, I received a phone call, and it was from Marie.
Oh.
And she says, hi, I want you to know I will see you in the morning. I called the company, and they've changed it, and they're going to make sure that I get to your house every day as your husband needs me. I said, that's wonderful. I said, we'll see you in the morning. Well, this morning, she comes out, and she's so adorable. She goes, where's my goodies? I've got the bag of sponges and all that stuff. And she's just lovely. And we're speaking, we're talking about different things. And she'll be out this day, that day. She goes, oh, no, Sunday's my only day. She goes, that's my church day. That's me and God. I said, I love you even more. I said, that's fantastic. I said, what church do you go to? You ready for this? Holy Name.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
It just so happens that's a church Greg and I got married in. And also that's the church I was a lector for some time.
Huh.
I stood there and I got such chills. I knew there was a reason why she was special, And I'm thinking, I'm doing a show with Jim today about, you're a blessing. Well, one thing led to another. And she was telling us stories. We were telling her stories. Amazing. That's all I can say. So there you go. I don't mean to rattle on about it, but I was so amazed because she wasn't supposed to come back. And it was just like meant to be. God did send her. She was a godsend. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's an example.
Well, something like that happened 2 weeks ago. 2 new clients came to my office, and the gentleman had a cane. He was walking very gingerly. And then the wife said to me, "Have you ever heard of mild, minimally invasive lumbar decompression?" So I said, "No, I've never heard of that." And that's what her husband had. It's a procedure where they make a small hole in your back, and it's less drastic than surgery, than a normal surgery would be. So I said, maybe the Lord is telling me about this so I can tell Anne, my fiance.
I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
So isn't it interesting how people come in your lives, and the wife?
Oh, I just got chills, Jim.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, for the wife to mention the procedure is just so fascinating to me, because normally you would just talk about the business,
right,
and then leave. But she purposely told me, "Have you ever heard of mild?"
Oh, wow. Well, that's something to think about and to check into, both you and Anne. That would be great comfort for Anne. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Because it's less time for healing.
Yes. There was a reason for that to be mentioned. You needed to hear about that for sure. And it was a message directly to you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
God's Spirit filled this woman with the comfort and strength to let you know, and I always stop and think, I'm always looking for something, but they happen in our life on a regular basis. We get so busy that sometimes we don't mean to forget, but we kind of put them to the side. But I take them very seriously. A lot of signs that occur in a daily, my body is my temple as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
So, and it's God's loving hands that surround you, and by the people that he brings into your life, it's his power, the accomplished people that walk through the door of your employment or your home, at a restaurant, anywhere. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I hope that works out. Check into it. Maybe that'd be the best thing for Anne.
Yeah, you've had experiences like that in restaurants and other places.
Oh my gosh. I remember I'll give you another example. When I first began with Illustrated Properties back in 2006. Now, mind you, I had just begun, my employment working. And unfortunately, my mother was diagnosed with lung cancer. I started in May of 2006 here at the company. And in June, we found out she had lung cancer, not realizing it was to the extent of stage 4. Long story short, it progressed rather rapidly, and it was just horrifying. It was hard to accept in every which way, because here's a woman who was never sick a day in her life.
Right.
And I thought, oh dear Lord, help us get through this. And Illustrated Properties was such a source of strength for me, because here you are beginning a brand new job. You want to be the best you can be. You want to shine. You're getting to know everybody. You want to just be all you can be. And I didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not going to like it. Well, let me tell you something. On the contrary, they couldn't be nicer. I mean, the agents back then, Virginia, Maria, just everybody at the corporate office, Bud Adams, terrific. And they even attended the service. I was here for just a few short months. What I'm getting at is that the comfort level that they gave me, I felt it through the Lord saying, it's okay, dear child, don't worry, don't stress. Your mother is coming home, but you're going to be okay, and you're going to get your strength.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It's so interesting when we look back at our lives and see how these things occur, and how there are so many blessings for us. And it doesn't have to be a person. It could be, like you said, Illustrated Properties, although those...
it was amazing. I think back to that, and I said, that's a perfect example, because it made me feel as if I could breathe.
Yeah.
It was hard.
And
I focus on God for that reason, because he gets me through it. He certainly does. And I said, thank you, Lord. At a very trying time, I have people, Carol Dubinsky, everybody that was there for me. I said, my God, a brand new job. Here I'm worried. And I was spending time at the hospital, going from the office to the hospital, back and forth, spending nights at the hospital, trying to learn my new job. It was so, wow, I'm stressed. It was really, but I thank God. There was a reason. And there's a reason why I'm here as long as I have been. It's got me through a lot.
And I was thinking charitable organizations can be a blessing to others, right?
Absolutely. And you do so much of that, Jim.
Well, I was thinking about you and Angela and that prison ministry.
I love that. It's such a fabulous feeling, a rewarding feeling.
So you're a blessing to those women that are in the jail.
Yes.
And it's just beautiful that the two of you.
I think it's wonderful. Thank you for saying that, Jim, because Angela
Yeah,
puts her whole heart and soul into the program. And these are
yeah,
poor people who are in jail and for circumstances that are some worse than others. But,
right,
Jesus in jail, he's with you always. And I'll take the time and I'll write a letter and I'll get the request from Angela. And it's all confidential. It's all, under wraps
right.
in a secure way. But, it's nice because when you get the feedback, and I actually wrote to this one woman who was just beside herself. And lo and behold, I received a letter saying, "Thank you so much. I have been pardoned." It was just, I started to cry. I got
Yeah,
so emotional because
sure.
I'm so maybe overly sensitive, but I looked at Angela and I gave her such a hug, and both of us had like tears in our eyes. We couldn't believe it because this went on and on, the communication. And please say a prayer for this, and please say a prayer for that. And I would pray before I would type, and I'm saying, okay, let me just get my blessing through God, and whatever, it just works. But you have to just channel yourself in and make God's power accomplish what you need to set out to do in so many ways. And it's just a lovely program, and it's not easy to always be strong for people
Right.
that you know but you do the best you can. It's that's the goal. Let's put
Yes.
it that way. That's what we want it to be, the goal.
Speaking about blessings, I think I've mentioned this before. When my father passed away, I was 15, my sister was 16. So that's a very dark, period as you
Sure.
experience with your parents.
Sure.
And at that time, John, my sisters at the time, he's my brother-in-law, but they shared the same English class, and then
Mm-mm.
they shared the same textbook. So the Lord was bringing John into my sister's life at that time when my father was sick, and then when he
Oh,
died,
wow.
John was really there for us. So I always say it was like a light into the darkness, because it was, to lose your father at such a young age,
Absolutely, Jim. That
really
was
devastating to us. And then for John to be there, just the beauty of his spirit. I don't think you've ever met him, but he's just the most
I've
magnificent
seen
person.
pictures. Yes, you can see the
Yeah.
spirituality. I
Yes.
can see that on one's face immediately when I meet somebody. I can see their spirituality. It's just an immediate response with me.
And he's
And
just such a
that's
loving person. He can do so much. My father was very handy, electrical, plumbing, all this type of thing. And John's the same way. Imagine God brought the same type of person to us that my
You
father
made
was.
no mistake. He knew
Yeah.
that that's what you all needed at the time. And,
Yes. And it was
God
just,
says, hang in there.
it was
Someone's
just so
coming. And
beautiful. So,
that's
just so
beautiful.
beautiful.
That is a beautiful
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
And you see, that's where you become strong. And that's where you feel, okay, I can deal with it, because the strength is given to you. I mean, you may break down, of course, and naturally, but when you have that communication line open
Right.
and being the vessel, being an instrument of the peace for every situation, then you walk in faith, and it's okay. It's never the same when you lose
Right.
something, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely not. You learn to tolerate it, I guess. Is
Right.
that a good way of putting it? Maybe you
Right.
learn to tolerate it.
Right.
Do we have a
It,
choice?
it
It's
lessens the burden, I think.
yeah, yeah. I think you're right.
In my respect with John, because we focused on him, he focused on us, and then
Yeah.
they got engaged. It just was a beautiful progression to
How
marriage.
nice.
But just him being in our life, it was just so beautiful, and I still call it a light, in the darkness.
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely, for sure, for sure, for sure.
And the same
Yeah.
thing I'm thinking about with
What could
Barbara when Barbara
$1.1
died
billion
in
of debt
2021.
mean? Higher
Once again,
taxes on
it's
families,
a very
small
dark period,
businesses,
and you're
and
grieving.
homeowners. And if
And
Clearwater takes
It was
over
very
the
tough
power
on you,
company,
very,
that's
very
Yeah.
exactly what
And then
will
all of a
happen.
sudden,
We
9
can't
months
afford
later,
a
at Connie
government
Francis's
takeover of
birthday
the
party,
electric grid.
Anne appears, and it was a light again, that started to shine in my
The
life.
light that he shone upon you, and absolutely.
It's just amazing how the Lord works.
He works in such mysterious ways, and I truly, getting back to the nurse Marie that came to the house, and that's been coming, will continue to come, thank God. I might decide to go back to the church, which I should have, because that is a church
It,
I'd
it
like to.
might be a sign. It might be a little
Thank you. I was
mistake.
just thinking the same thing. Not just that why would you say holy name? It's like, all right, Deborah, I need you to serve me.
Right.
So let's go back. And, I had the conversation with Greg. I said, I have to do it. So I feel it. So I will seek that out and for sure go to holy name.
Well, they need your skills as a lector again.
I enjoyed that, Jim. It gave so much comfort to do. I mean, the lecturing, I miss it actually. I really do.
Right.
I really do. It's as you know, you being a lector yourself, the feeling that you can have to just share with everybody is, and there's certain things that are said are amazing. It just makes that most uncomfortable feeling that a sad soul has at the moment, you know.
Right.
So again, doing his work, you know, I was reading something about, we all heard the Beatitudes, right?
Right.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, right? And then we have blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted, as you just said, John, right?
Right.
Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. And then blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. And blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. I love that.
Beautiful.
Blessed are those who are prosecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And that's, you know, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but there you go. Bingo, bingo, bingo. It's just, it's all there.
Now, it's interesting you mentioned illustrated properties, because for a period after I started practicing law, I was looking for some direction, and I, you know, was praying to the Lord, please give me direction.
Yes.
And then in 1987, he introduced me to Herman Jeffer, who was an attorney, and I joined that firm in Palm Beach. And then they started a bank in Tequesta. So then we moved to this building in Tequesta, and I've been here since 1987. But Herman Jeffer was a blessing to me, because that's what I needed at that time to develop my legal skills and my legal career. Yes. It was just beautiful. We were together all those years until he passed away last year. So just what a wonderful blessing he was to me, and his wife. They're beautiful people.
That's lovely, Jim. Yeah. Yes, you said that, but you know, I'll tell you right now, it was to sit there and pray. I needed direction. There you go. There was your answer.
Yes.
And the same thing happened with Illustrated Properties, you know, and I was with another company at the time, and you know, it just turned out to be the way that the Lord wanted it to be.
And then when you think of it, you and Greg were blessings to each other by finding each other, falling in love, and getting married.
Yes, yes. The story goes, we kept bumping into each other. It was funny though, comical. We'd work together. Oh, you work here too? Okay. I fell in the kitchen while he was cooking. I was never so embarrassed in my life. I mean, I was all dressed up, a beautiful skirt, the high heels. Of course, back then I had the figure, you know, and I could dance in high heels. It was a great thing. But anyway, to fall in, and we were just friends at the time. And we talk about that. We'll say, do you remember? And he's like, oh, yeah. And he stopped what he was doing. He's like, oh, are you okay? And I'm looking up at him saying, how humiliating is this, you know? But yet he didn't think twice about it when he came out to the hostess stand. Hi, how are you? And we'd start talking. And just, he's a gentleman, quiet.
You know, because
has nothing bad to say, unless
at that stage in your life, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, when will I find the man that I will marry? You know, and you're thinking about it. And look, when you least expect it, how he came.
I always thought Greg, exactly, Jim, bingo, you're spot on. I always thought that Greg was such a lovely man. He was kind. He had kind eyes, just a demeanor about it. I could see, you know. But I didn't, honest to God, I never thought that we'd end up together, because I was dating somebody and he was dating somebody, and I don't know, I just didn't see it. It happened. I was like, okay, because I'm such a big mouth and he's quiet. When I say, you know, I loved it, like my father says, the train doesn't stop.
Right.
My dad, okay. But anyway, that's good. We're opposites, and that's a good thing. It really is, because anybody who talks like, oh, yeah, I don't know. But I'm a trooper. I like to give it my all. I don't quit. I you know, for better, for worse.
And then look at all his culinary skills that you've been blessed with.
I love it. I love it. I just think it's fantastic. Are you kidding? And I enjoy cooking too. I mean, I can't cook the way he can, but I'm not a bad cook either. You know, I can't say I am. My mother was a dynamic cook. She was fabulous. My mother and Greg got along beautifully. She used to go, Mike Gregorit. We call him, yeah. Help me in the kitchen, Greg. Come on, let's go. She loved him so much. Yeah. Yeah. It's, you look back and you see how things have stirred up and turned out in your life. It's really remarkable. Yeah. Really remarkable how you thought it was going to be one way and it turned out the other. And it's never what you expect it to be, but.
And when I met Connie Francis in 1987, I could never have imagined that years later I would meet Anne through
I
her.
know. That's
Isn't that
crazy. I know. That is absolutely, again, more profound. There you go. Another reason you are a blessing to others.
right?
It was just down the road. And Anne knowing Trini Lopez, what's up with that?
Yeah, she sang it. She sang at the
The Hard Rock with Trini.
The award.
I was sick at the time with the flu. David was, I think, David was in Nashville. I was sick with the flu. I wanted so badly to be there. And I said to Trini, I said, I'm not going to miss it. But I was sick. And I thought, oh, it was horrible. But you know what? Had I gone, I would have met Anne.
Right.
That's funny. And I guess God said, no, Deb, you're sick. You're not going to meet her until whatever. And then you're going to do a show with Jim. Oh, it's hilarious how things turn out. But, we thank you, Lord, for everything we do. So
Yes.
we know what our blessings are.
And who else is a blessing to us? Our dear Marie Pinchnet.
Pinchnet. In every way, Marie, we love you. You know that.
I wanted to read a couple of her essays.
Yes.
She has this poem called Giving.
Giving.
We never know what good we do as we give of ourselves each day.
Mm-hmm.
A single word, a smile, a gift can light a path and lead the way.
That's nice.
Of some struggling soul with hurts untold, with heartaches and sorrows as life unfolds, an ear to listen, a touch of the hand, often brings solace in a merciless land. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Sometimes when you think that there's no hope, that my life is just crashing around me, and then all of a sudden someone extends a hand, or that person
takes that one gesture. Absolutely. Yes.
And then I wanted to read, she wrote an essay called Giving Back, in which Marie visited a retirement community where she was exhibiting several of her paintings, and her books were there. So she mentions residents of the community, their friends and family members visited throughout the day and seemed delighted with the exhibit. I hadn't known what to expect from that venue, but I came away with the knowledge that not only had I brightened their day, but I received from them a gift of insight into the reality of growing old. They showed me that an interest in art and creativity does not stop when one picks up a cane. Isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely. Of course. With Marie, it's can't say enough, Marie.
And then she wrote, because of their age and circumstances, they may have lost their audience, but they found an audience in me, a kindred soul who could relate to their past efforts and creativity, and one who was willing to listen and appreciate their stories. Because true, people in nursing facilities and those environments, very oftentimes they're alone, and they've accomplished so much in their life, and nobody appreciates it or knows about it. But God put Marie into that situation to interact with them and let them know that she appreciated them and their creativity. Just beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
So they each fed off of each other. They helped her and she helped them.
And she helped them.
Yes. So thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Marie.
You're an inspiration, as always, to us.
She really is. She makes a difference. And I
did want to mention, and I think I mentioned this before, the Area Agency on Aging, in which I was on the board of directors, has a program called the Foster Grandparents Program.
Yes.
Where people in this area, if you're in Palm Beach County or Martin County or St. Lucie, these areas, you can volunteer to mentor a child in school, which is wonderful because a lot of these children don't have that figure that they need that can actually guide them
too, Jim. Yes.
So if anyone who's viewing this has the opportunity to be a foster it's not big. I mean, there's no residential program. You go to the school, you develop a relationship with them, you help them read what they're reading and their schoolwork, but it's called the Foster Grandparents Program. So I would encourage anybody to contact the Area Agency on Aging and volunteer, because you never know the impact that you'll have. I mentioned I was a Big Brother in the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program in college.
Yes.
And what a beautiful, I was enriched by this young boy who I was mentoring, and he was obviously enriched by me. So it was a mutual relationship that was just so beautiful. That I also recommend the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program for people that want to volunteer for that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
So
And
much
what
to
a-
be done, right? So
What a
much.
difference a day makes.
You got that right. And you all know what that means. And I've got with me the tambourine.
Tambourine.
Here we go,
Let's
everybody.
hear it. Well, there it is.
Woo! What a difference
Difference
a day
makes.
makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there
There
used
used to
to
be
be
rain.
what a difference a day makes. And the difference is you and you
and you.
and you and you. You better believe you make a difference, and you are a blessing in one's life. To all of you, friends, family, wherever you are, you're a blessing. And we thank you and would love your feedback and would love suggestions. Get back to us. Let us know your thoughts. And we're glad to be here. We truly are. We enjoy the show, Jim and I, so much.
This was our 5-year anniversary. We just passed in
I
January.
know.
So
See, it's God's will saying you've got to
Yes.
keep it up. You just got to
Yes.
keep. And Jim and I, we both love this so much. And
yes,
we're just thankful that we're able to continue this. And it's a thrill for me. And I know it's a thrill for you, Jim, because we're touching, we're reaching out. And I get so much beautiful feedback from all of you. I know Jim as well, whether it's a text or a phone call or, oh, we saw the show, we love it. I mean, whatever it is, we're happy to be able to do that. We're touching.
yes.
And you encourage us and you touch our souls. So we love you all. Mwah.
And we want to
Always
remind
say-
everyone, keep your horizons bright.
Horizons bright. And we'll see you next time, God willing. Have a
Yes.
great day and stay warm, everybody. The weather's cold out there.
Yes, thank you to our viewers. We appreciate all of you.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate every one of you. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to Bright Horizons
Bright
with
Horizons.
Deb and Jim Chiaffi.
Welcome to
are
Bright
back.
Horizons with.
Uh,
Welcome, everybody.